Hi, this is Dominic Keating. I played Lieutenant Malcolm Reed on Enterprise, as you probably know, and you are listening to the NX 7062 podcast. Enjoy.
Well, hello. You are listening to the NX 7062 podcast. It's Monday night. I'm here. I have absolutely missed you all. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me on on such short notice. I know I usually let y'all know what's going on a lot earlier. But I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to show up tonight. I've got permission. I know I was very vague last week when, hi Dave, hi everybody, Jober and Janine and Uncle Hairball and Nancy, and I know I saw other people. Oh gosh, Nancy and Dave and MB, of course, hey MB. Yeah, okay, I think I hit everybody. I know I was really vague last week. Oh, thank you, Dave. But I got permission. Hey, Alan. But I got permission to let you all know my mom. Hey, Melissa. My mom was in the hospital. We took her in Monday night. Hey, Mohammed's here. Hi, Mohammed. Took her to the emergency room Monday night. And she was there for the entire week. She just came home on Saturday. So it has been a very crazy week for me. Oh, thank you, Dave. Obviously, I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted. Saturday and Sunday were the first days that I actually had to kind of, have some time for myself. She's doing really well. But like I said, I just, that is literally, she's good. She's good. So that's all. Nina says hi. She's going to sleep. It's like probably 4 a.m. out there. Yeah, that's absolute. Thanks, Mohammed. I appreciate that. Yeah, MB, that is not an excuse, and she knows it. She knows it. I will have that out with her. Tell her I said that's not an excuse. I can't get to her right now. And we were literally, thank you, Nancy. We were literally doing just talking. Thanks, Jover. Literally just talking. So just tell Nina that's not an excuse. All right. And before we really get into it, I have a huge thank you to Nancy because I did get the last thing on my wish list, my Amazon wish list. I am so excited, Nancy. Thank you so much. It is so appreciated because, like I said, I think the modem I have is just acting really funky. It's not doing well. It's just with everything else that I had going on this week, because to hook up the new modem, I don't know if any of you all out there have Amazon smart plugs. I love my Amazon smart plugs, but they are a pain in the ass when it comes to changing. Hey, Robert. It's a pain in the ass when it comes to changing everything over. Because my plugs, of course, are plugs. They're behind things and under things. And I have to go to each one and put it on the new network. So I just haven't had the headspace to sit down and change everything in my house over to the new network that is going to happen once I plug in Nancy's gift. But I really do appreciate it. Like I said, for anybody that doesn't know, you do not need to rent a modem from your cable company. All you need to do is find one that you can purchase that is compatible with whoever your internet provider is. And this one is compatible with Xfinity. It said it right on the Amazon site. So all you got to do is plug it in and Xfinity will figure it out. And for me, it's saving me $15 a month. And right now that's really important. So, I mean, it's always important to save money, but for me right now, it's incredibly important. So to have this and to be able to save a little bit of money, that's huge. Because the other thing that you guys don't know is, so my mom went in the hospital Monday night of last week, so a week ago, obviously. Hi, Faith. The Wednesday before that, so like 5 days before that all happened, I got in a car accident, and my Mustang was officially totaled out on Friday, so I went to go say goodbye to her today. I don't know if anybody else out there gets as emotionally attached to their cars as I do, but I mean, I was a wreck. I had to go take everything out, and I loved that car. I absolutely loved that car. And now I have to say goodbye to her and figure out what I'm going to do, what next steps are as far as a new ride. because I do have a truck, but the truck is having issues. So it's just been, like I said, it's just been a couple of hellacious weeks. So thank you, Faith. I appreciate that. So yeah, so it's just been kind of rough. So I really did need to take time off, and thank you so much for your patience and for your understanding. Thanks, Melissa. And yeah, this is great. I love this. Like I said, I've been on the fence about this new program, but I love the fact that I can share the chats so that anybody that's hanging out on Facebook, you guys can all finally see each other. Because on the old platform I was using, there was no way, I don't think there was any way to show the chats in real time like this during my videos. So I love this. Absolutely love this. So thank you so much. So I'm so glad, Faith, you're on Facebook, and now everybody can actually say hi to you, and you can say hi to them, everybody that's on the YouTube side. So that's awesome. All right. So since we're going to be talking about, since we're going to be talking about pretty much Picard, and it was right in the description, there are going to be spoilers, because as you all know, I believe that between 48 and 72 hours, and after that, it's open season on spoilers. With respect, like I said, and I answered. Jober is probably coming on next week, barring anything else. I'm still planning on the last day being the 15th, just because I need some mental health time. So my last weekly podcast is going to be May 15th. That is probably going to be with the one and only Erica LaRose. That is our plan. So I've got Jober on the 1st, then whatever I decide to do on the 8th, haven't decided yet. And then we're going to bop down to the 15th. And Erica's going to close it all out for the season. So that is the upcoming schedule. But for those of you that don't know or don't follow on Facebook, which is totally fine. No, it wasn't even Facebook. It was a comment on one of my shows about spoilers. And I explained that break time for Stephanie, much needed, long awaited. Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, see, I got to figure out. There we go. Yes, Erica part 2 is going to be awesome. Maybe if she's still, I love that black dress. I was watching you guys chat before the show. That black dress is probably my favorite one so far, Jober. Oh my God, that would have been awesome. Yeah, that would have been really cool to watch. We are going to get into Mandalorian talk. But anyway, so you all know, like I keep saying, my personal theory is between 48 and 72 hours. After that, avoiding spoilers is on the person that hasn't had a chance to watch yet. And that, honestly, that sometimes is me. I haven't had that chance, but after that 72 hours, it's my responsibility to avoid spoilers. And I know that, people can't afford the stream, or they wait to do the free trial till after everything, and then they binge watch, or, internationally, it doesn't run quite at the same time. So I can say 48 to 72 hours, but, maybe in other parts of the world, they don't see it as quickly. And like that window's different in different parts of the world because of the streaming services. There you go. Or you wait till Terry starts tweeting stuff. That's great. But by that logic, nobody would ever be able to talk publicly about anything if you waited for every single person on the planet to see it. So with respect to the people that can't afford the streaming, and like I said, I get that, or they don't get it in the same time frame because they're not here in the US, there's got to be a cutoff somewhere. So, spoiler alert for this entire episode, because right now we're going to talk about Mando. Oh my gosh. You know what I absolutely loved about the season finale of The Mandalorian was all the little nods to Star Wars. Like the little guard, those little black robots that were always running around the Death Star. And, they were running, you saw them all the time. It got scared at Chewbacca. And now they're running around. And the thing with R5, I thought that was adorable. I'm like, oh my God, that is so Star Wars. It's not even funny. I loved that. I thought the fight was great. Mouse droids. There you go. Thanks, Jover. I thought the fighting was great. It's interesting that they destroyed the Darksaber, but then again, I've never been big on like energy weapons like that being in the hands of non-Jedis, so I was kind of okay with that. Um, I saw a really great meme today. I really wish I would have shared it, but I had a lot going on today. About, how boys flirt, and it was Anakin and Padme, and he was talking about the sand and how he hates sand because it gets everywhere, and then how guys flirt, and it was Din Djarin telling Bo that that her song hasn't been written yet, and he's going to be with her until it is. And he's just so great, and Baby Yoda is so great, and the whole thing with the fireball was amazing. I'm sorry though that Grogu lost his little robot, because I loved when he was kept going, no, 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 no. I was really sorry. I hope maybe they give him another one. I was wondering where he went. I figured he wouldn't leave Mando. I figured he wasn't going to leave Mando, and I just thought that was great. And it's funny, Jedis aren't supposed to have attachments, but meanwhile, little Grogu, who was always afraid to use the Force, because of everything that happened to him, because of his PTSD. He was afraid to use the Force, but when it came to saving the life of his father, he really went after it, and he used his powers because he needed to save my father. Hey, Stephanie, Erica here. Mark says we'll come back when you're done talking about Star Wars. Okay, is that because he's anti-Star Wars, or he hasn't finished watching The Mandalorian? I thought he liked Star Wars. Whatever. Hi, Erica. All right. So those are the things. Oh, wait, Jober has something to say about Star Wars. Hold on. Erica, I'll let you know when you can tell Mark to come back. They will download Grogu into some type Android. Oh my God, that's great. That's great. Although, okay, tell Mark he can come back. Because I think on that note, we can move on. But seriously, I get it. Brent Spiner has aged. But I think if I was going to get dumped into and this isn't anything against Brent, and he's entitled to age however he wants. I get that. But this whole body, if you were going to download me into a golem, I would hey, word dog. I would seriously want one that was in better shape. Realistic. I don't need to look like a Barbie doll, but I'd like to I'd like to at least be in better shape. Maybe not, but I get it. You got Brent, and you didn't want to go over with the CGI or whatever. I think probably my favorite, and I knew this was going to happen, the whole Dataverse lore thing, I thought was handled really well. And I think I talked about that the last time we were together. Look at you, Trekker Mike. You're going to be so much easier now to tag too. When we're all in the Shuttle Pod Show, chats. So let's see. There was a poll somewhere on Twitter about who's going to save the day in the series finale of Picard, and I think I voted for Jack. But obviously, it's Jack and Mike, Jack and sorry, I saw Mark say hi to Mike. Jack and the ship and Deanna. And I think the series finale was probably, I think what I enjoyed most about the Picard series finale was all the nods, all the little Easter eggs. Especially when they were shutting down the D, and he said, if you always treat her right, she brings you home. That was, hey, Josh. Yeah, exactly, Josh, right? Right. And like I said, this is not in any way a comment on Brent Spiner, and I'm really not body shaming. I'm just saying, in reality, if golems existed, I would want one that looked better than I do now. That's all I'm saying. But I just lost my train of thought. But when Jordy said, she always brought us home, or we treated her well, she brought us, was a nod to when Bones was on the ship in Farpoint, and he said, if you treat her like a lady, she'll always bring you home. That was obviously a nod. Didn't need to be verbatim. When Deanna said, I know where they are, I felt like, even though we all think Nemesis was the worst of the TNG movies, when she found that guy, that Romulan who thought he was being so clever with the telepathic links, not thinking that they go both ways, and the telepathic link is what helped Deanna find him, in that. And now she got to flip it around, and it helped her save her Amzadi. I thought that was amazing for me, because for everybody that's watched, I've been the Riker Deanna ship since Farpoint. So, let's see. Jober had a best moment. Best moment of the season, though, was the end of 9, the music and the visuals of the D leaving the hangar and everyone on the bridge. Oh, that's right. I owe you guys. I mentioned I was going to promise you when I got choked up. Yes, that was amazing. But and listen, I got chills when they walked on the bridge, and it was all just there. But what made me cry was when Majel's voice came over as the computer. That's when the tears started. Everything else, I was like, please let the ship be Majel. Please let the ship be Majel. And it was. And I specifically was like, waited for the credits, saw her name in the credits, went, that's it. That is what I was waiting for, without realizing it. Hey, JR. Yeah, whenever Deanna takes the helm, it's cool, because she almost, and listen, she made up for the fact that she, everybody says, oh, you crashed the ship. The only other time she flew the ship, she crashed it. And this time she saved everybody. So yeah, I think that definitely makes up for crashing the ship. Right? Every time someone references, Faith's got a nemesis thing. Hold on. Every time someone references, I'm more shocked by how deeply I have repressed all memory of that whole traumatic movie. Blue Skies always gets to me. Agreed, Joer. Blue Skies always gets to me because of that movie now. Blue Skies always gets to me. Because of that movie at the end with B4 when he started humming it. Hi, Ed. Welcome. So, okay, so let's see. I'm trying to remember 9, like what I loved about 9. But yeah, it had to be the end scene. But I think, and I'm assuming that everybody stuck around for the credits for 10, and you all saw that that extra scene at the end with Jack, which I thought was great. Putting up the little Enterprise D, having that picture, which I'm sure was of Patrick and Gates at some Star Trek function, because I think I remember seeing that at some point. Oh, right, Shaw. See, I've already blocked out that trauma, Jober, that Shaw died. I love how he gave her the ship and she really got it. Yeah, exactly. Crashing the ship. I'm like, no, not this time. She saved everybody. Mike says, I feel like season 3 actually makes Generations a little less depressing. Picard finally gets his son and the Enterprise D back. There you go. Very true. Yeah, Shaw dies. Oops, that was not any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. Yeah. And listen, even Spot walked away from that landing. So, I mean, come on. Right, Shaw died in 9. I don't know. I know back in Enterprise days you weren't allowed to fraternize, but now, I mean, 9, her number 1 is Raffi. So what do we think? You think 9 and Raffi are gonna, command the ship together, walk off into the sunset kind of deal? I think so. But the end credit scene where Jack was setting up his quarters and he got a visit from somebody. Obviously they're setting up for something. What it is, if it's Star Trek Legacy, whatever it is, I don't care. Q's in it, I'm happy. Because like he said, humans think so linearly, so linear. We think so linear. Humans think so linear. It's just like Daniels. Didn't you die? Well, yeah, but here I am again. I mean, so Technically, as good as it. I had no problems with that. She was okay. All right, listen, I've got no problems with you. I love Deanna. She's one of my favorites. I think that the therapy session, I think the therapy session with I think the therapy session with Data was great. He needs to get. That's okay, Tiff. You are allowed to be late because you're here. Hi, Tiff. Yes, and has everybody hit the like button? Please do that. Like, and subscribe if you haven't already. I need to get somebody to do one of those for me. Maybe Erica. Maybe next year I'll have Erica telling you guys to like and subscribe to my show. We'll see. Have to talk to her about it. Put her on the spot. Why don't I? Let's see. So hit the like button. All right, we're all just saying hi to Tiffany. But yeah, I think Data needs a new cat. I think he needs a Spot the Second. A Troy Redemption 5-star Uber driver doesn't even make you run across the street. There you go. She's right there. Doesn't make you go anywhere. She's just there. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Alice reprising the role of the Borg Queen was great. Yes. The minute I heard her voice, that was the other thing I double checked in the credits. I'm like, am I hearing things or is that Alice? And it was awesome. Girardi held him. Thank you, JR. Thank you. So I think we can all agree that this was a really good introduction to a new series. With Jack, I have no problem seeing Jack more frequently. Love the accent. He is actually doing Trek Condoroga this year, which is, I want to say, the 18th, 19th, and 20th of August. It's that weekend. Hold on. Sometimes I can multitask. Scrolling through my calendar is something I can do real quick. Let's see. Hey, I nailed it. 18th, 19th, and 20th of August is Trek Condoroga, which I have gone to once, and it's amazing. It's so intimate and fantastic. They've got John Delancey, they've got Jack Crusher, who the actor's name hasn't stuck in my head yet. They've got Jonathan Frakes, and they have one other person, and I don't remember who that is. Yes, absolutely. If you're going to have Picard go up against a queen, it's got to be... Oh, that was the other thing I loved. One of my favorite lines from First Contact. They used it again. Watch your futures end. I love that line. Love that line. Troy, have you ever tried landing a saucer with no power after the drive section explodes from a warp core breach behind you? Yeah, there you go. Just like everybody has, I mean, haven't we all done that? Oh, yes. Having Walter play tribute to Anton was amazing. I actually knew. Thank you, Trekker Mike. It's not going to stick, but I will share this. Thanks, Trekker Mike, because I had no idea. Walter actually accidentally spilled the beans to me when we were chatting at Shuttlepod Show Live. You know that little event in February out in LA that was so fucking awesome? That we're doing it again, hopefully very soon. Maybe, some version of it in Las Vegas, Mark, just saying. But anyway, Walter and I had a lovely chat while we were standing at the bar. We were just talking about just things, and he mentioned Picard and how he did a voice in Picard, and he's like, oh, I hope I didn't spoil that for you. I said, it's fine. And I was just really looking forward to it, whatever it was, and it was so beautiful and so poignant, and Anton was perfect. And again, reminiscent of Star Trek 4, where the president was saying, don't come anywhere near Earth. We've got this probe thing and we don't know what's going on. So again, just, something that fit the show, but was also a very obvious throwback to something like Star Trek 4, which I thought was awesome. Yes, I knew, and I did not tell you. Because, spoilers. And because I didn't know, because he wasn't specific. He didn't tell me what it was. But yeah, I did know. He did tell me. So I've known since middle of February that he had something going on in Picard. Yup. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Good on the Shuttle podcast, Walter, Michael Dorn, Tim Russ, Gates McFadden for not spoiling anything for us. Yes, that's very true too. But the save yourselves. Exactly. Just save yourselves. Stay away from Earth. Save yourselves. Yeah, but you see, Jober, the difference between those amazing people and me is if I spill the beans, I don't get sued by Paramount. So don't forget. I remember I went to STLV, the STLV before the first season of Picard came out. And I almost said Riker, and I hate when I do that. Oh my God, Jonathan Frakes and Jerry Ryan and Jonathan DeLarco were all on the stage together, and literally the first thing they said was, "We signed NDAs." That is pretty much literally the first thing that came out of their mouth. I think one of them even had a shirt. I think Jonathan might have had a shirt that said, "I signed an NDA." So you've got to be, so that's the difference. Is I kept the secret because I could keep the secret. They all probably signed NDAs. Mohammed says, "I thought the boop boop scanner sounded Riker's order on the Borg ship was the same as Savik's and when on the." Oh wow, that's a good yeah, definitely, that's a good catch. Well, hello, Erica LaRose here under your own profile. Yeah, Erica, in case you missed it, I don't know who was running from where and who was running whose profile or whatever, but you are coming on the 15th. Yes, the Borg ship was really cool, and just kind of like hiding in Jupiter. The visuals for this were amazing. Raise your hand if you love. Jober, a little thirsty there, my love. It's totally fine. Because if anybody doesn't raise their hand for liking Erica's outfit, then you can all just leave right now. Oh, Mark's driving. Okay. All right. Well, Mark, be careful. I love the fact that you guys come even though you're like in the middle of 12 other things. But then again, when are you not? Yes, anybody that can't raise that can't raise their hand to loving Erica's outfit can leave now. I don't care if I lose a viewer. You can all just go now because it was amazing. Yay, May 15th. It's going to freaking be here before we know it. That's all I'm saying. And as I mentioned before, the really cool thing, and Erica, you and I will have to talk. Maybe Jober can get in on this conversation too. Or maybe we just wear blue underwear. Maybe that's what I'll do, because May 15th also, coincidentally, happens to be the anniversary of the first airing of 2 Days and 2 Nights, which is one of my favorite Enterprise episodes because Reed and Trip both end up in their underwear, and it's so funny how they got there. And I've mentioned this before. The only time I've ever, when I went to Chase Masterson's pajama party on Star Trek The Cruise 3, it was a pajama party and they sleep in their underwear. So I actually I found myself some blue underwear that looks exactly like what they wore on Enterprise. So I think Erica, might need something very kind of to polish or Hoshi-ish, Jober. I know you know what I'm talking about. Sleeping Dogs had Hoshi at the last scene, had both Hoshi and T'Pol in their underwear in the decon chamber with Reed. So, Jober, if I can give you an assignment for May 15th and you can find Erica something that looks like either what Hoshi or T'Pol was wearing at the very end of Sleeping Dogs, which is, I want to say season 1, then and I will just wear the Enterprise blue tank top. And that's how we're going to dress for the final episode, because it's the anniversary of 2 Days and 2 Nights. So that's my idea, and it literally just happened. But like I said, I've got my costume. So Jober, your assignment is to go find Erica something very, something like that to wear for my show, because I'm not going to be the only one sitting in my quote unquote underwear for the show. So there you go. And we can talk about it next week too when you're here. Hoshi outfit is easier because no pointy ear. Oh, I'm not expecting. No. I don't expect Erica to go fully Vulcan. I just expect her wardrobe to match. So whatever undergarments are easier to find, I'm fine with. I do not expect Erica to go Vulcan. Unless of course we want to use this to try and get her on Starfleet Academy. Then yeah, go Vulcan. But I know I don't expect pointy ears. I just expect the garments for that. Yeah, I don't expect pointy ears. It's funny when I was going. Thank you, Joe. I knew you would. You're awesome. I knew you would. Oh, well, there you go. Erica's got ears. So entirely up to you, Erica. If you want to do T'Pol, awesome. What's the fun in not going all in? I am trying to make it easy for her to show up. So I'm setting my expectations low. Here are my expectations. Just show up in the appropriate undergarment attire. If you want to go all out and we can talk about you being on Starfleet Academy, freaking go for it, girl. Either way. Mark, drive. Oh my God. Superman the movie. Don't look, just fly. I wish Magic Lasso was here. He totally would have gotten that. Don't look, just fly. Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to say she's not right. I'm just saying I am making it very easy, Erica, one way or the other. But yeah, if you want to get into Starfleet Academy, put the ears on. When I left on the cruise, I had started working at a deli near my house, and I was friendly with the waitresses. And nobody that I worked with cared a whit about Star Trek, Star Wars, none of it. But I was going on the Star Trek cruise, and they all knew it. And as a present for Christmas, it was actually Christmas because the cruise actually left in the beginning of January. So as a Christmas present, one of the waitresses got me a Star Trek calendar and ears, and I never opened the ears. I have just like Vulcan ears you buy at a regular costume store. Like I said, long week. Okay. All right. Put whatever you're listening to, the phone or whatever, right by his ear. Mark, May 15th is the anniversary of the first airing of the Enterprise episode 2 days and 2 nights. The one on Risa where Trip and Malcolm ended up getting scammed by those 2 aliens and tied in the basement in their underwear. So I've decided that we're doing underwear for the episode. Even though Hoshi and T'Pol did not do underwear in that episode, I am just offering Erica the choice because I know she would look amazing in either one of their undergarments, and I'm just sticking with the blue tank top. The reactions. And it all points right back to Halloween, right, Faith? I mean, come on. It's all Halloween based. So that is true. May 22nd is Cisco Day. So I'm ending my show the week before Cisco Day, so we can all just go celebrate Cisco Day. So that works. Cisco Day works. That it's the following week. The following week is also May 20th and 21st is the inaugural Trek Long Island. Which is one of the first Star Trek conventions on Long Island. It's been years coming. People have been begging for it. I'm taking J.G. Hertzler. But they have so many other amazing guests. But I'm going to be there with J.G. We're talking about Star Trek 4. Robin Curtis is going to be there. Book's going to be there. I can't pronounce his last name. David Book. Book's going to be there. Oded Ferrer is going to be there. I'm doing this from memory. I haven't actually checked out the website in a little while, but Trek Long Island, it's going to be amazing. I'll get you guys the website. You should check it out. A weekend pass is only $50. So, oh, Bonnie Gordon's going to be there. How could I forget? Bonnie Gordon is going to be there. It's going to be an amazing time. And like I said, I am going to be there with JG Hertzler, my favorite Klingon, until I end up talking to Bob O'Reilly, and then I usually tell him he's my favorite Klingon. My cat sort of looks like Spike or like Spot on the back. He's got white though. This is Zod, Mike. This is General Zod. David, I still can't pronounce it, Robert, but I will absolutely show it. Thank you. That is Book. Thanks, Robert. Please tell JG that Sergeant Bill says howdy and still awaiting that call to go fishing. Okay. Robin Curtis is always so happy and fan engaging. She absolutely is. She does not spell her name with a Y, but yeah, she absolutely is. Yes, he is adorable, but he's mean. I mean, my animals always seem to live up to their names. He's really sweet and loving when it comes to me, but when it comes to his siblings, he's all mean and swipey and steals their food. So he's totally like, he's a total General Zod to everybody else but me. When it comes to me, he's just all Mr. Cuddles and I want to be in your lap. But yeah, he is. You want to say hi again, Zod? He hates this, but there he is, General Zod. Kneel before Zod. Who wouldn't want to kneel before this little face? Kneel before Zod. Jala. I met him in Chicago. I don't know why I blanked on that. He is awesome. David, he is so much. I had so much fun talking to him. A, British accent. B, completely handsome. And I was looking at his pictures and I realized that he was in Supergirl, which I had completely forgotten because I am not a huge Supergirl fan. I just watched the show because I was promised a Richard Donner Supergirl, and that lasted maybe the first season. So when I saw I'm like, oh my God, you were in Supergirl. You were Manchester Black. He's like, yeah. I said, yeah, back when it was good. And he's like, uh-huh. It was good back then. Supergirl was a show that just jumped the shark. The plug should have been pulled on Supergirl way before they did. So, but yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, go check out Trek Long Island if you are going to be able to. I know you guys are all this weekend I was supposed to be in Connecticut. I am not 100% sure at this point if I'm going to be able to make Connecticut. There's some things that I'm trying to get into place and see if it's going to be good for me to go. Part of it is I don't have a car that I can drive, but that and mom and everything else, and I'm hoping to go. I still would really like to go, but there's a lot to consider. And like I said, and I'm sure you all know when your family's had health crisis, you don't like to go far. So, but even if I can't make it, it is still happening this Saturday. Even without me, it will still happen. It's called Quiet Corner Sci-Fi Convention. It's in Pomfret, Connecticut at Grill 37. So if anybody is New England area, Supergirl was a Vancouver. I did actually know it. So I don't hate that it stuck around and kept giving us work. That is totally fair. I hate a lot of what that show did. They broke the fourth wall. I'm not even going to get into my biggest complaint about that show. There's just one scene that sticks with me that basically ruined the rest of the show for me. Linda Carter being the president was freaking awesome. Helen Slater as the mom was pretty cool, and Dean Cain was the dad. So yeah, those little nods. They did a nod to Superman 3 in the first season, and I'm thinking this is supposed to be the Richard Donner Superman kind of deal, and the one Superman movie that you picked, like you couldn't do more with 1 and 2. The Zod thing was terrible. You couldn't do more with 1 and 2, and you had to go with 3. Listen, there are certain parts of Superman 3 that I really liked, but you didn't need to do the bar scene. Yeah, their version of General Zod I thought was absolutely, absolutely, absolutely terrible. So anybody else have anything to say about Picard? Like I said, I am really excited for all new Trek. I know there are people that are disappointed about Discovery, and how this is Discovery's last season. I'm not. I think they're spacing it well. I think they're shutting things down and ending on high notes. I'm wishing Discovery the most amazing season, and I know we're going to see everybody. Bring back Shaw. Well, like everybody keeps saying, it's Star Trek. Who knows? Listen, they've got the Section 31 movie coming up. So, hey, Slack no worries. The fact that you are here, it is always great to see you. Thanks for popping in. So let's see. Like you said, they've got the Section 31 movie. For all we know, anybody could be showing up, whether it be holograms or whatever. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jober, for reminding me. Ending with the poker game was perfection. Was absolute perfection. I can't argue that. Are you saying that because you know, or are you saying that because that's what everybody wants? Short Treks based on Linus, that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Short Treks was really popular. I enjoyed all of them, but the Tribble one. The Tribble one I thought was a little much. Trek Long Island, yay. Oh, Dave, are you going to Trek Long Island? Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, for those of you, oops, wrong one. But was he being, okay. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I moderate the chats on Trek Long Island. See, it's like I said, long road, brain not here, but I am so glad to be here with you guys. Yes, Patrick doing Shakespeare. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. Absolutely. Moderating the chats for the Shuttlepod show. I don't always hear everything that goes on, so I didn't realize he said he was coming back. Yep, there you go. You have to do the second watch. There you go. Jober, Section 31, Malcolm Reed returns. He's a Section 31 operative they keep on ice like the Winter Soldier. Ooh, I like that. For all of you that missed, my tweet, when they announced the movie, I said, not only do they need Dominic to come back as Reed, but they need Eric Pierpoint to come back as Harris. What's his name that died in DS9? That dude don't care about, but that Section 31 operative don't care about, but I would love to see Eric Pierpoint come back. I'm a little biased because Eric did the show. I'd love a DVD special with 45 minutes of the cast playing poker. There you go. Yeah, hold on. Missed what I wanted to click on. You guys talk too fast. Hey, Puka! And I missed the things I want to click on. Yeah, see, I know that part of Georgiou's problem was that she was in the future and from the mirror universe. So she kept phasing in and out. So the Guardian sent her back. So did he send her back to her own time, which would be, 90 some years after Enterprise and 10 years before Kirk's Enterprise. So it's conceivable that Reed could still be alive. He could be running Section 31 at that point, just really old and crotchety, but he could be running Section 31. So where would I want Section 31 to take place? No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that she's anywhere. I think that he sent her back to exactly where he may not. The Guardian, I don't think the Guardian sent her any further back than where she started, and where she started was in Discovery's timeline. So that's what I think with his pal Trip Tucker. If you guys read any of the books, Trip's had all this plastic surgery. One of the books, he actually is alive during Kirk's lifetime. He bumps into Kirk as a kid. So it's entirely possible that It's entirely possible that, they could both still be around. Not that the books are canon, but they're getting there. I think I would be okay with Section 31 taking place exactly where Disco started, because it just makes the most sense and it takes the least amount of explanation. Like I said, I feel like when he sent her back because her problem was that she was in not only in the wrong universe, but she was in the wrong time and she couldn't adjust. I think they're just gonna send her back from where they took her from, which is Disco's timeline, like right in the middle of the Disco timeline. I didn't know. That I did not know. I haven't gotten to that book yet. But that doesn't surprise me because obviously the 1701 existed before Kirk took command. So, he got to see. So what is it, Captain April? So he would have seen April take the 1701 out, which would be very cool. I think that's awesome for Trip to be able to do that. I mean, in the books, there are people that know he's alive. I would love to know if he ever like hangs out with Reed. Like I said, I haven't gotten that far in the books. Yes, I know he was on the podcast. I saw that. Who stated that they had rough plans on how to bring Shaw back. They're committed to Shaw's return. I think that makes perfect sense. Warp more deep undercover. Oh, I love that. Oh, Erica wants to thank everyone for coming to the show this past week. It's the biggest turnout so far. Woohoo! That's awesome. Todd was a great guest. I mean, his stories were so fun. And the fact that he has that Second City connection to such amazing people, like, see, this I caught. Colbert, who I love, and Steve Carell. I mean, that was Second City at its height. I have only ever been to Chicago the one time to go to the convention, and I didn't see any of it. I saw the convention center, and I saw the hotel. And the hotel was attached to the convention center. That's literally all I saw, except the ride to and from the airport. So that was pretty awesome. Just to say I've been in Chicago, but I mean, I didn't even get any deep dish pizza while we were there because it was a crazy ass whirlwind being there. For what could very well be the one and only Reed Pop officially licensed Star Trek convention people. Section 31 would have to take place just after Discovery jumps to the future to follow the timeline. That's totally fine. Like I said, just put her back where they took her from. I think that's what's going to cure her, is putting her back where they took her from, and that's exactly where they took her from. What's going to be interesting is to watch to see how much she can keep her mouth shut, because the whole point of sending them in so far into the future was so people wouldn't know about them. So, this whole thing's hush hush. And I would love to see in the movie, I'd just love to see her bump into Spock somewhere and have him be like, oh shit, now what are we going to do? Because like everybody else is really good at keeping secrets. And now here's Georgiou that, in order for her to keep a secret, she'd be bribing people. So let's see. Did I click that right? Check her mic. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That live chat was hopping in the mind. Thank you. Yes, moderating is hard. I have to be honest. One of the things, I actually bought a mouse for my laptop. And I am so glad I have it, because moderating the chats on YouTube is a little difficult when you have to delete somebody. I have actually, and I feel so guilty when I accidentally delete somebody, because here's the chat and here's the 3 dots that you get to click on to delete people. So it's really hard to, like, you need like a ruler against the screen to make sure that you're lined up. And the problem is once you delete something, it's gone. You can't undelete it. So I do feel bad so please, if you've ever seen your thing deleted by me, and it's been a completely innocent comment like, hi, Erica, and it's been deleted by me, please understand that it was a complete accident and I can't undo it. So yes, Erica always has wonderful, insightful questions. She does, and she knows exactly when to put them in. It's awesome. Let's see. Erica, the show is growing, and pretty soon the live chat will be crowded salon of chatty Trekkies. And there is nothing wrong with chatty Trekkies. Absolutely nothing wrong with chatty Trekkies, as long as you follow one simple rule. be respectful not only of your fellow chatters, but also the people that tape the show, because just because it's taped does not mean that you shouldn't be respectful. And that will get you deleted. And if I have to delete 12 people before I get to your mean old comments, trust me, I will. And then I'll just apologize to the other 12 people later. Like I said, if I've ever deleted anybody's chat and all it was an innocent remark, it's just because it's very hard to line up the chat line with the dots where you're supposed to tell YouTube what you want to do. That's why it's always good to have more than one moderator too. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Yes, it is on Facebook. And like I was saying earlier, it's on. Oh, thank you, Eric. It's my pleasure. I was honored when Mark asked me. We have a really good group, and we always have each other's backs, so it's awesome. Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, what's really cool is that I can put this chat up so everybody can see when people pop on, regardless of whether you're in Facebook or YouTube. And I love the fact that you guys can all now see each other and say hi to each other. Yes, Erica is absolutely a fan favorite because we all love Erica. She is amazing. And done trying to type on my iPad in the car. Yes, you know what? See, by now I would be going, where's my Dramamine? I would seriously be going like, where the fuck is my Dramamine? Because I can't do that. I can't do that. So, all right, guys, do we have anything else to say about Erica while she's here and listening and just not chatting? Stop chatting, Erica. Raise a glass of Romulan ale to the folks keeping the Shuttle Pod show running. Absolutely. Raise a glass or some gas station coffee. Either or, whatever floats your boat, because it's not even 8 o'clock out on the East Coast yet, or on the West Coast yet. But this old brain of mine is ready to call it a night, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about. Picard was awesome. We love Picard. I think it ended on a high note. I am very happy with the way it ended. Just because it ended, obviously, if Jack gets his own show, if he's going to be in Legacy, however they run that, I don't think we've necessarily seen the last of Jean-Luc. The fact that we've got Q makes me happy because we all know Q is one of my favorite characters. Or if you didn't, you know. Or if you didn't, you know now. I love Q. I've always loved Q. Yay, Star Trek Legacy. Exactly. I just want to say Erica's fabulous and I adore how Mark loves her. It's so sweet. Absolutely. It's disgustingly sweet. Okay. I do want everybody to know I did do my homework and I absolutely did watch Starship Troopers. I did watch it. So if Mark wants to come on the show on the 8th, maybe, and quiz me, then that's fine. Maybe that can be the 8th where Mark comes on and we discuss Starship Troopers. Okay, look, Erica getting all the love. That's amazing. Nancy's got something off topic. This is off topic, but I watched The Mole People this weekend, and the Eye of Ishtar on that movie looked exactly like the Star Trek insignia. Oh, that's funny. Probably, I wonder if that was on purpose. Usually that stuff is on purpose. Real quick before we go, this QR code's been up all night. It's donate to the show. It's a straight donation. I saw somebody scan the code, so thank you, whoever scanned the code. My Amazon wish list is empty. Thanks once again to Nancy. I do have my store. Oh, some gas stations. Actually, I don't mind gas station coffee. If you would like to support the show by wearing the show, I would love that. And you can check out my NX7062 store. I am going to be adding, or Jonathan Frakes. There we go. I am going to be adding more merch, but right now it's just my very cool logo on just about anything you can mention, from sweatshirts. I don't have my own sweat jacket yet. But from sweat jackets to t-shirts to tank tops, just about anything you can think to wear on your body has a shirt, has a logo on it. And of course, as always, you can become a patron and support me on a monthly basis, which would be amazing. It helps me do things like keep the show going because, there's subscriptions to be done for this amazing platform that allows me to stream all over the place. What do you want to know more about, Jober? I'm sitting here. What would you like to know more about? I am going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to be doing new merchandise. I'm waiting on a logo that shall remain nameless so I can make an official after party t-shirt. But I am thinking about making some other shirt designs. Like I said, it's just been crazy. I need to sit down and do it. I always have these great ideas and then I just always never find the time. And like I said, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. So Starship Troopers references. Oh, well, then you're going to have to tune in on May 8th because maybe Mark and I will talk about Starship Troopers. Jober is coming on hopefully next week. We lined him up for next week. Please put the donate to the show QR back up. Okay. There's the straight donate to the show. I just figured out how to do that the other day or for the last show. I was playing around and I figured out how to do that. Well, you know what's really okay, so May 1st, so next week Jober's coming on. You know what's really funny is Starship Troopers was actually on IFC the other day. I was scrolling looking for something to watch and I went, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Now it's on regular television." How excited? I've got to think of a Penn State question to ask him. He and I are both Penn State alum. The first time that I ever saw him at a convention, I embarrassed myself. I raised my hand. I actually wore my Penn State football jersey. And he's like, "Penn State, my alma mater, stand up." And then I'm like, "So where did you live when you were in State College?" And he gave me the weirdest look. He's like, "Pew Street." I'm like, "Well, I was asking because I lived there, but I was never I couldn't. I completely embarrassed myself." I've had a couple conversations with Jonathan Frakes. We hadn't yet to really click. We clicked once in New York at the 50-year Mission New York that they had back in 2016. Had a really awesome conversation with him, but a lot of it had to do with his wife because I loved Jeannie Francis in Days of Our Lives. So it was really cool to talk to him about that. We spent 5 minutes trying to figure out what her character's name was. So Jonathan Frakes, but I do love Jonathan Frakes. Like I said, ever since I had the biggest crush on him, actually. The first time I saw him on TNG, I had the biggest crush. Tall, dark hair, blue eyes. I was over the moon. And then he grew the beard and I lost interest. I'm not a beard person. If anybody's ever paid attention to me bitch about Connor whenever he's got a beard, and I have told him to his face, I like it better when I can see his face. But yeah, so if anybody's, I love you, Connor, but yeah, he looks so much better without the beard. Personal opinion. Let's see what else is going on. How excited is everyone? But yeah, I am excited. Jonathan Frakes is going to be amazing. Jonathan Frakes is going to be absolutely amazing. All right, guys. Well, we are going on an hour because you know what? I just love hanging out here with all of my Star Trek family. Yes, Erica loves a good beard. So you and I can agree to disagree on that point. So yeah, I've always thought I like being able to see Connor's face. Let's see. Oh, come on, no beard. Say it ain't so. Yep, sorry, not a beard girl. Not a beard girl. I know. I think he grew it because, he had such a baby face. So I get why they wanted him to grow it because obviously how are you supposed to command a ship when you look like you're 12? So I get it. That's true, Erica. Mark's beard. I can't see Mark without a beard, probably for the same reason. I have a feeling if Mark shaved his beard, he'd probably shave like 20 years off. He would definitely not look his age. But like I said, I get why they had him grow it and it makes sense. I just prefer him without it. And on that note, I think that's a good note to end on. Don't want to get into the beard debate. So guys, thank you so much for everything. Yes. Yes, I have a friend that did. Like, I've never seen him with a beard before. My friend Evan, who was here a couple weeks ago. Entire time I've known him, no facial hair. All of a sudden, pandemic, beard. Yes. If you guys listen to the Connor interview, the rebroadcast of my Connor interview, I asked him about that beard, and he said it was just something to do because you grow it and then you have something to do in the morning. You trim it or you shave it off and wait for it to grow back. So he literally grew it because it was something to do during the pandemic. So I think you're right. Most men did do that, Linda. Absolutely. All right, guys, save the rest of the beard discussion. Yes, exactly. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company, MICKEY. Anybody remember the ending to the Mickey Mouse show? Trimming is very important. Absolutely. Okay, so if you guys want, we can totally continue the beard discussion as a style choice next week with my very special guest, Jover, because obviously I have a feeling beards play into style choices. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for being so patient with me and showing up at the last minute, since I didn't let you guys know until very soon before this all happened. So bye, Mark. Bye, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, a fantastic week. And you know what? Until I see you all again, don't forget to live long and prosper.
This is Connor Turner. You've been listening to the NX7062 podcast with Stephanie. Enjoy your evening.